Hello and welcome to Driversroom. This is the Festival of Speed. We are on Season 4, Round 2. And this is Tier 1, coming today from the Senqua C layout. So let's say we're into Round 2, so we'll just take a quick look at the tables and how everything stands after Round 1. In first, we've got Team Pegasus with a great points haul of 61 points. In second, we've got a Honey Badger on 39 points. Third, we've got the reigning champions and Neon Knights off to a slow start on 38 points. Fourth, Team Sega on 30 points. Fifth, JB Lads on 28. In sixth, Wrecking Ball Racing on 24. In seventh, Send It Racing on 16. And in eighth, Big Scary Goat Speed on 14. So that's how we stand after round 1. Still plenty of races to go, still 7 rounds, so Neon Knights can still creep back up on everyone, but a fantastic start from Team Pegasus after round 1. So let's head on down to the grid and see how the guys got on during qualifying. On pole we have Awesome Alex on Racing Super Softs. Very frustrating race, I would say, last time from Alex. He started down in 5th, if I recall rightly, but had a fantastic run through the race. Led most of the way then up until the final corner where he had an incident with another car, which allowed Flapjack to catch him and pass him on the line by the smallest of margins and number plate or fraction of his bumper. To take the win, so Alex ended up finishing in second place for round 1, so he will definitely be out for revenge today. Starting from the front, he'll probably look to go pole to win in this race. We'll see how he gets on. In second, we got Dazzler on Racing Super Softs. Bit of a frustrating race for Dazzler last time out. Was running very well on the early goings of the race, but a couple of mistakes here and there, seen him fall down the field. We battled back up to 6th place, so mid-table finish from last time, starting off from 2nd today. Let's see if he can have a bit more of a boring race, shall we say, and finish higher up the table. In third, we have the victory thief from round 1, Flapjack on Racing Super Softs. Let's say Flapjack had a very interesting race last time out. He was always at the front of the field. The top 3 were battling throughout the race, and he just happened to pick up from the unfortunate circumstances between Alex and another driver at the final corner, and took the victory for round 1 for Team Pegasus. And as we've seen in the tables, they've had a great start to the season, so he'll be looking for another great victory today, so we'll see how he gets on today, starting from 3rd. In 4th, we've got Mr. Sean on Racing Super Softs. Sean had a pretty decent race last time out. He was always involved in battling throughout the whole race. Came home mid-table in 7th for Neon Knights. He'll be looking to definitely increase that finishing position. Lower would be more the point. Lower the finishing position this time round, and help Neon Knights close the gap back up to the runaway leaders after round 1, Team Pegasus. In 5th, we've got the Wilconator on Racing Super Softs. Started off very well for Wilco in round 1, but fell apart quite dramatically then through the race. A couple of incidents, and a couple of big incidents by himself, which put him down to last place. So he'll be definitely looking to bounce back today and grab some points for the JB Lads. In 6th, we've got Mercer on Racing Super Softs. Bit of a frustrating race as well for Mercer in round 1. Maybe looked like he hadn't maybe got the settings just right for the Ferrari in round 1. He was down the back of the field for the majority of the race, coming home in 10th. But starting today in 6th, right in the middle of the pack, he'll be looking to get his way up the grid and grab some points today. In 7th, we've got Jev Kusker on Racing Super Softs. Podium finish in the last round, coming home in 3rd. Had a very strong race throughout, battling At one point I think there was 4 or 5 guys battling for the podium positions. So great run from him in the last round. Starting down in 7th today, so we'll have a bit of work to do, but see if he can make his way up and get a second podium in a row from right. And lining up just behind him is his new teammate John Willimegan on Racing Super Softs. He didn't take part in round 1, but he is in for Honey Badger Racing for round 2. Let's see, starting from 8th today, he's got a decent starting position. Let's see if he can get some good points today in his debut race in the series. In 9th we have Speed. He is racing Super Softs. Decent race for Speed last time out. He was generally mixing up with the guys in the midfield. Came home in 5th. And I think he is one of maybe only 2 drivers now currently actively racing for BSG. I think that's where I was getting confused with the change. He's still driving for BSG at the moment. I think he is rather on his own at the moment. So we'll see how he goes today. Hopefully he can grab some good points for himself today. In 10th we've got Murkoff on Racing Softs. Murkoff, he's going for the same strategy he went for last time out, starting off on the Racing Softs. Didn't really pan out for him in round 1. Spent a lot of time towards the back of the field, so I came home in 8th, but never really had the initial speed of the guys who started on the fast tyre. Let's see how it pans out for him today at St. Croix. And in 11th, also on Racing Softs, we have Ricky. Ricky didn't take part in round 1. He is, I think maybe he was in tier 2 for round 1, but seems to be in tier 1 for round 2. So starting off in 11th, he'll just be looking to get a decent finishing position today. Maybe grab a few points where he can for the team. In 12th, we've got Rocker on Racing Super Softs. Oh, sorry, Racing Softs. Like his brother Murkoff and the other Team Sega car, both ran the same strategy in round 1. They seem to be running the same strategy in round 2. Also suffered with maybe not having the speed. Could be down to setup, could be down to strategy. As Rocker and Murkoff are both quick drivers, so we'll see how he gets on today. Starting down 12th, a lot of work to do today for Rocker. And last but not least, and hopefully not unlucky, number 13 for Mungino. Very good race in round 1. Openly saying he didn't really, he wasn't really happy overall with the car, but brought it home in 4th. Managed to take the tyres longer than anybody else in the race. So we'll see how he goes today. Maybe the car just not is to his liking around the St. Croix layout, because he's a much quicker driver than starting last on the grid today. So we'll see with his tire control. Sorry, let's see how he can make that to his advantage and maybe make some places up through the pit phase. So that's your grid for round 2 here at St. Croix. We'll jump down to the front of the grid and we'll see how the guys get on when the lights go out and they hit the track in anger. So you join me at the front of the grid as the guys are waiting for the 5 red lights and them from to go out. You can hear the revs start in the build. And they are away, the lights are out and we are racing. Alex has got quite a slow start. Dazzler has powered past him on the outside. Flapjack is now also getting past Alex, but Alex is going to have the inside for the second corner. And he holds off Alex going through turn 2. You see Flapjack just getting a bag full of oversteer there as he tried to put the power down. And everybody's through pretty cleanly. Down into the heavy braking zone. Dazzler is through and into the lead. See Alex. Oh, Alex bashes the barrier. So does Kuska. Flapjack absolutely annihilates it. So second, third and fourth really trying to help Dazzler break away. So we have Dazzler in first, breaking away slightly now from Alex, who's breaking away from Cusker, but followed closely by Flapjack in fourth. Then we've got the Wilkinator, Speed, Mercer and Sean all mixing it up for over fifth place. Then we have Murkoff up into ninth. John Willimegan just running wide. Actually, we're going to call him John. That's a mouthful of that name. John is now down into last place, unfortunately. Magino's had a cracking start so far. He's up to 10th. Rocker's still in 11th. Ricky is in 12th. Just see him bash the barrier. So all to do now for John as he's fallen back into last position. As we come across the bridge for the first time, Dazzler is now being caught by Alex. Alex probably not happy with the start that he had, trying to make up for it now. Oh, see Dazzler just runs a bit wide, carrying too much speed through and benches off the barrier. That's going to give Alex a look around the outside. Would he switch it back? He's going to have the upper hand now going down the long straight. It's okay having long straights like this, but you still have to time your pass. You can't just go for it as soon as you want to. If you go too early, you're going to give the guy you're overtaking the opportunity to get back past you. So Alex pulls out the slipstream now. He's just a little bit still behind Dazzler. Is he going to try and catch him out on the brakes? And Alex slides back up into first position. Great driving from these two guys, giving each other plenty of room. I got Cusker still ahead of Flapjack. Cusker just getting twitchy and braking on the turn, and Flapjack is now right on the back of him, pretty much making one Ferrari limousine between the two of them. Flapjack really looking to get past as he pulls it to the inside. He now has a bit of a run on Cusker, and just a little bit later on the brakes, and that is Flapjack through. Just holds it on the track, down running wide. That's Flapjack now up into third. Cusker down into fourth. Great battling all round from these guys again. Tier 1 gave us a fantastic race in round 1, and round 2 doesn't look to be disappointing so far. Wilco is in 5th. Oh, excuse me. Sean in 6th. Speed is 7th. Mangino is on a charge. He's up in 8th. Just see that front brakes glowing red hot there, trying to get that Ferrari stopped to take that 90-degree right-hander. Murkoff in 9th, Rocker in 10th. Again, they just haven't really had the pace at the start of the race. Could be down to those tyre choices, trying to go longer on the first stint, but still plenty of time. We'll see how it pans out for them. John now back up into 11th. He's making way after his mistake. Ricky there trying to have a look up the inside, and he takes 11th away from John. Great move from Ricky. Mercer has had an issue somewhere. He's way at the back now. No, back with the leader. Alex is just breaking away. Dazzler cannot stay with him. He's actually already opened up a 2.4 second gap over Dazzler, so Alex really got the bit between his teeth and wants to get away. You just see the car struggling to keep the power down over that bump just as you come up the hill towards the bridge. And Flapjack starting to break away from Cusker now and got his sights firmly locked on the back of Dazzler's Ferrari. Just hear the exhaust crackle as the cars backfire in a downshift. Great sounding cars, these 458s. Speed now under real pressure from Mangino. Another guy who's really pushing now. He's nearly become one with speed. Is he gonna launch out to the outside? And the inside, sorry, just comes up. Nearly perfect timing on it, is it? Yeah, just under brake in, he slides through. Very good move there for Mung. He's now up to 7th as we have somebody locking up. Murkoff will be locking up coming into the final corner. Sometimes worry about myself, but there we go. John hasn't been able to make much ground on Rocker. Rocker's holding him off so far. Ricky is sticking with him. Mercer slowly catching back up to the back of those 3. So 3 will become 4 very soon. As Alex crosses the line to start lap 3. It's a very interesting track for the guys to try and set the cars up for. Mixture of a couple of long stroke decent length straights and then a lot of twisty sections, so a lot of technical sections as well. So guys have had to look for the balance between acceleration and speed on this track. Alex seems to have found it perfectly. He's really pulling away from the guys now. And Flapjack is really starting to close on the back of Tesla now. Kuska doesn't really have a reply either to the guy in front's pace, but he's got to be wary because that group of Wilco and Sean and now Mung is closing extremely quickly. Let's just see Wilco running wide there. Gonna allow Sean through, and the momentum he's lost is gonna allow Mung up the inside. So Mung now up to 6th. Great few laps from Mung. He's gone from dead last up to 6th in just over 2 laps. And he doesn't look like slowing down anytime soon. Speed dropping off a bit from that pack now. Murkoff looks like he's going to have another one of those races. Last time out he was on his own for the majority of it. Big power slide through the corner. Great control from Murkoff, but he looks like he's going to be in that same spot again, just by himself. God, does look very nervous for him. It's sliding at every opportunity. This could be where he's struggling, because look at those rear tires already. They're nearly done. Another 1 or 2 laps, those tires are going to be toast compared to John's behind. Ricky up to 11th. Brock has had an issue now. Mercer now in 12th, and Rocco down in 13th now. Just watching that, definitely think it could be a setup problem for those boys at Sega, but they've got plenty of time to make it up. As we've got Sean now taking on Kuska, a little bit of wheel banging. Sean took him around the outside. A great move by Sean. Took 2 or 3 corners just to get done, as Kuska and Mangino both run wide. And Kuska just struggling with the dirty tires. Mung scoops up the inside. So now in just coming up to 3 laps as we're heading towards the start finish straight, Mangino has gone from 13th to 5th. Oh, and as I say that, he just runs wide, but luckily Alex is diving in the pits, Daz is diving in the pits. On lap 10, Flapjack's also in the pits. See more cars diving in the background. Jeff Kuska has gone into the pits. As Sean is coming out right between them all, and he is through. This could work out perfectly for Neon Knights. Alex is out in the lead again on fresh tyres. Sean is in second on older tyres. He's going to hold up the guys behind who are on fresher tyres. So this could be the point where Alex really breaks away now. gets a stranglehold on this race. This man, Dazzler, is going to be fuming seeing Sean in front of him. He's really going to have to push hard to try and get past him before he loses the best of those tyres. So these guys who have jumped in the pits are looking likely to do a two-stop today. It's quite a big mix in the field of who is and who isn't. It's another man who's benefited there by staying out a bit longer. Ricky is in 9th now. Bit of a slide there through the corner, but his tyres looking pretty good. Alex has a 3.6 lead over his teammate Sean, and another 4/10 back, so 4 seconds back to Dazzler. He'll be looking to increase that as much as he can here now. Oh, as Dazzler has got through past Sean, so that plan over and done with. Sean not able to hold Dazzler up for too long, held him up for about half a lap. And as Asda or Tesco say, every little helps, so bit of rear gunner action from Sean. It will be appreciated by Alex. Flapjack's now also past Mungino, so the guys on the fresher tyres starting to carve through. Speed coming under attack from Kuska. Kuska is through very early. I would just say again, that's purely down to tyres. He would have just got a better drive through that long right-hander coming down the straight. Would have been probably able to take a bit more speed, take a bit of a tighter line. His speed was probably making his way out towards the barriers, understeering with no grip. There's only a handful of drivers. Alex runs really wide there at the final corner, but keeps it in a straight line. There's a few drivers who are trying to take the cars a bit further. Obviously, Mungino's diving in the pits in the background. Around 13 minutes, so it's interesting to see what tyres he takes on now. Speed also jumps in. Mungino's come back out on the racing super softs, so he's maybe going to try and make them last. I was wondering if he would switch to the racing softs, knowing that they will last to the end, but it's a really long it's a really long lap around here. It's quite a big layer of St. Croix. St. Croix can be quite abrasive to the tyres, so it may seem a bit weird only pitting after 3 or 4 laps, but that's a lot of driving done in those 3 or 4 laps. A lot of heavy braking zones, a lot of sweeping power corners. Sean still hasn't gone in yet. He's still holding off Flapjack. Just wonder how far he will fall back once he goes into the pits. He's not going to need to take on fuel, so it's probably going to be in between Mungino and Wilco, I would have thought. As Flapjack now looks up the inside coming across the bridge, just backs out as Sean locks up the left rear. Flapjack with a huge power slide coming out of there. Just the entrance and the exit of that bridge, the two corners do have two quite pronounced bumps in the two of them. It's really easy to drop a car on. If you put the power on too much at the wrong point, just go over that bump and around she goes, but well controlled by Flapjack. Should have him now down the straight. He pulls out of the slipstream, up alongside, and he's got the move done already. He's up in the third, so he'll be able to hold it as long as he doesn't outbrake himself now into the corner. Yeah. Job done for Flapjack. He's back up into third. Flapjack, I think, is the only Pegasus driver in this race. Not many other battles happening at the moment. Ricky and John are keeping each other interested in the race. Ricky just doing enough to hold off John. John just, ooh, I thought he was going to run wide there, but holds it. Murkoff struggling there. He looks like he's maybe in the pause menu. As Ricky finally dives in the pits, that's going to release John. The front's all pretty much spaced out now as Magino is having a look now on Sean. Sean has now pitted. Magino's tyres one lap older than Sean's. She actually came out just one place ahead of where I thought he would. I thought he'd come out just behind Magino, but he's come out just ahead of him. Magino trying everything to find a way past Sean as they come down towards the bridge. Just see that bump just in the middle there. Seems like quite a simple corner entering the bridge, but it's one that can definitely catch you out every time. Wilco now on his own, slightly the same for speed, now down in 8th, and John in 9th. Mercer in 10th, he's got Ricky chasing him down. Rocker away back in 12th. The Sega boys really not having a great time today. And it seems like Murkoff's called it a day. Really unfortunate for those two guys. Or somebody who is not having anything unfortunate today so far is Alex. We're the fastest lap so far of the race of 3:21.031. As we see him heading into the pits for his final stop. Dazzler is coming down the start finish straight now. He's staying out this time, and Flapjack is going in. Dazzler still comes out way, not way, but a fair bit behind Alex. Kuska's also gone in. Flapjack is out. He's going to be under pressure from Sean as they head up towards the second corner, and Sean goes around the outside. Flapjack has the inside, and they're through now. Mung's joining the party. Mung is trying to get up alongside Mr. Sean, and he is. He's up past him, and he's trying to both fight it now for the slipstream from Flapjack. If Mung can just hold position, he's gonna a bit of a weave there from Flapjack. Oh, and I think that's caught Mung out. Mung has ploughed into the back of Flapjack there, missing his braking point. It's allowed Sean up at the third, but it's a bit of a weave coming down the straight there, which isn't really allowed. You can move once and then back, but I've seen it do it at least twice, I think, but it's all done now. The two guys have got damage. Flapjack's has just wore off, and now Mung's has just put Mung a few feet off the back of those guys now. Time to rebuild. He's still got a gap back to Kuska, so Mercer's managed to pull away from Ricky. Rocker after just pitting for a fresh set of supers. Just take a look at the time gaps now. Alex has a 4.3 second lead, and then Sean is a further 12.9 back from that. Dazzler is gonna have to pit it. Well, 8 minutes left to go. He could try and push it to the end, but the Ferrari on worn tyres would probably not be recommended for anybody with a heart condition. It's very sketchy at the least, so we'll see what he does from here. He might have enough time in hand to get in the pits and back out ahead of Sean, but it looks like Alex has this race completely sewn up now, unless we have any last lap dramas like in round one. Flapjack is back past Sean. Flapjack just on a slightly better tyres. He's pushing that Ferrari to the edge. They just see him running slightly on the grass on the exit of the quick chicane there. Very easy to get wrong, that fast chicane as well. You think you can carry a bit more speed than you can, as Dazzler is now into the pits. And Flapjack is rounding the final corner and onto the start-finish straight. Where's Dazzler? Dazzler just come out of the pits now. He's heading up towards turn one, so he stays ahead of the two guys in third and fourth. Very well played by Dazzler. He'll be looking to break away now as Sean just gets it a bit wrong there into turn two. Manages to avoid hitting Flapjack, but instead face plants the barrier. That's going to give Mangino a little bit of a window to try and close up. Well, the best thing for Mung would be if Sean manages to lose the slipstream to Flapjack. It should help Mung catch up, but if Sean is riding the slipstream of Flapjack ahead, it'll be very difficult for Mung to make up any more places on them. Jeff Kuska now in a complete world of his own. Same for Wilco. And speed. John has Mercer closing on him. We've got 5 minutes left of the race. Mercer could make him. Mercer just set the fastest first sector of the race. So Mr. Driver's Room really pushing his Sanded Racing Ferrari now. Sponsored by FedEx. Great livery there. Ricky's fallen off the back of Mercer a bit now, but still going well. Rocker just pounding the miles in. maybe just trying to learn a few more things about this Group 3 Ferrari that could help him for round 3, because these Sega guys have took a bit of a kick in over round 1 and 2. Flapjack is now breaking quite a bit away from Sean now. Flapjack is trying to push now onto the back of Desla. Because it's such a large track, we've got quite a few guys entered this round, but such a large track, the guys are spacing out quite quickly. So unfortunately we don't have much in the way of battles at the moment. Hopefully some people can make some mistakes, get them all closed up. Mercer's really starting to gain on John now. As our Rockers had an incident on that corner that I said can get you entering the bridge. But Alex is just Stroy set another fastest lap there on lap 8 with a 3:20 dead. So he isn't slowing down anytime soon, I'll give him that. He's really pushing the car to the limit there, using as much of the road as he can. He's got a 16.3 second gap. So not like they're close or anything, Alex. He can maybe take a bit of a breather. As we're on 28.5 minutes, so we've got a minute and a half left. This is looking likely to be the last lap for Alex. Maybe he's going to beat his fastest lap record. So close out towards that barrier. Desla maintaining his lead over Flapjack in third. And Desla really bouncing back today after what probably was a disappointment in round 1, but was raced very well today. Definitely going to be picking up second place unless something happens over the final stretches of this lap. Flapjack going to take a solid third, so second podium in succession for Flapjack. Sean looks set now for fourth place. Mangino with a fantastic drive today. Has got to be down for one of the drivers of the day, starting in 13th and up to 5th. Very well done, that man. Jeff Kuska in 6th. Slip back a bit from well, actually he's gained a place, sorry, starting position. He's not going to repeat his podium of race 1. Wilco is going to take home 7th unless he can get past Kuska on this final lap. Speed is going to be 8th. John is going to take 9th. Mercer's not going to catch him. Ricky's going to take 11th. Rocker has finished in 12th. As we join Alex as he comes down the start-finish straight to take pole position to race win for round 2 for Neon Knights. Fantastic race from Alex. Well done, sir. He hit the start pretty badly, but got back up into first and didn't look back. Desla coming home in a second. very good race from him compared to what would have been slightly frustrated round one, sorry. Flapjack coming home in third, Mr. Sean in fourth. Magino, what a great drive with a flash of lights there in fifth. Jeff Kuska just pushing to hold off Wilco as, oh, I thought he was gonna go into the pits then. It would have been comical. Jeff Kuska coming home in sixth, Wilco in seventh. Speed is gonna come home in eighth. John's gonna come home in ninth. We can hold off Mercer, who is closing on him. Just keeps it off the grass. So, yep, John's coming to come home in ninth. Mercer in 10th. Ricky J coming home in 11th. So that's it for round 2 for Tier 1 from St. Croix. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time out for round 3.